Hey awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another build guide. This one is gonna be mainly Bard with a little bit of cleric. So this build is gonna be more of a support build that can pretty much CC enemies and provide some buffs. Right? But before we get started, I just want to say thank you everybody who's been watching build guides. I really appreciate it. And if you'd leave a like, comment, and subscribe, that would be huge, especially share. And if you want to join Discord, link is down in the description. And we do stream Animal Playthrough on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern, sometimes a bit early. So do check out Discord. I would post it there. We just recently beat Albert and Auntie Ethel flawlessly. Albert didn't even get a chance to attack. Auntie Ethel missed. But with that said, let's get into the video. So you can use this build in a team comp, because it is really nice. Like I said, it is a support build. You can shut down certain enemies and do really amazing. So for race, it is up to you. You can go with human for some of the proficiencies in armor and shields. You can go with high elf, high half elf for extra cantrip. Even though unfortunately it does utilize your intelligence, but you can do it if you want to. Another good one is the wood elf and wood half elf, just for the extra movement, so you're in reposition. But besides that, the race is up to you. You know, you can go with gold war for more HP, but it does not truly matter, right? The reason why we're going with cleric first is because you get beautiful cantrips like resistance, guidance, sacred flame. You know, you get a bunch of good spells, including sanctuary, create or destroy water, which you can synergize with like a storm build, you know, or a lightning build, which we might do soon. You get blast, bane, command, some of the other beautiful spells. So for your cantrips, you want to take resistance, but it's not as necessary. You can forgo resistance and go for thaumaturgy for gaining advantage on intimidation and performance checks. You definitely want to take guidance. Guidance is just too beautiful, because it gives you 1d4 bonus to your ability checks. 1d4 for free can be huge, can help you pass the checks. And Sacred Flame, because it's the only damaging cantrip, unless you want to take Produce Flame, which actually is really nice, but that's up to you. And with those, Sacred Flame fortunately misses a lot. But for your domain, there's a lot of domains like life, light, trickery, knowledge, nature, tempest, and war. We're gonna go with life domain because we are more of a support build. Life domain we get when we heal somebody, we heal them for an additional +2 HP. Oh, additional hit points equal to +2 the spell level. So if it's level 6, it'll be 12 extra hit points, which might not mean a lot, but it's a little bit of extra HP, which can be huge. Plus, we also get heavy armor proficiency, which allows us to be a little bit more tanky. We'll get cure wounds and bless, you know. Ignore the green text, right? For your ability points, you're not gonna be a wisdom, because wisdom, that's where the cleric's damage comes from. Since you're eventually gonna go into charisma and do damage from there, which, because you're gonna be a bard, you want to put +2 into charisma and get +1 into dexterity, right? The reason why is because dexterity is where well, your initiative and armor can come. If you're planning to wear like medium armor and stuff, if you're planning to wearing heavy armor instead of dexterity, you can go with constitution just to be a little bit tanky, you know. And then you can go with wisdom 10, right? That's up to you. You can go with this. Plus also charisma will allow you to be a party face for bards, you know. Now for your proficiencies, it is up to you, you know. For your background, it's also up to you, but you can go with stuff like anything that benefits from charisma. I do not remember on top of my head. But that's on your background and whatever you decide to choose, roleplay wise. Right, that's your level 1, pretty basic. Right, now level 2, you're gonna go with Not level 2 cleric, you're gonna go immediately multi-class into a bard. Right? So you get beautiful stuff like Blade Ward and Vicious Mockery. I don't recommend picking up True Strike because it does give you advantage. The only times I would go is if you have somebody going Gloomstalker Assassin and going Sharpshooter, that will help them immediately once they hit level 4 just to get an advantage, or if they're going with Great Weapon Mastery. So if they do, definitely take Vicious Mockery because it is a little bit of damage, psychic, because there are some stuff that are immune to it, but not a huge amount. And it gives a disadvantage to enemies. And if you want to help your teammates, you go with True Strike. Because you already have the damage from from your cleric stuff. For your spells, you can go with Thunder Wave if you're gonna be a little bit more frontlining because of force push the enemies away. You definitely want to take Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Massive. If the creature has 5 or more intelligence, you can pretty much shut him down by, pretty much make him uncontrollably laugh and they'll be prone until you attack them or until they pass the saving throw. You go with Heroism, if there's enemies that do frighten, and it gives them 5 temporary hit points. That's not necessary. This and a Whispers is huge because it does decent damage, 3d6, so 3 to 18, not bad for level 2, but it also can frighten a creature and give them disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and they cannot move, which can be massive. If you don't want to do that, Featherfall is really nice. He can be really helpful in anti-ethel part, but it can also help you in a few other areas. Right? So you can go with some spell setup like this. Now for your starting instrument, go with whatever you want. You can go with drums, flute, lute, lyre, violin. It is up to you. For your skill proficiencies, again, it's up to you, but performance can help, because you can kind of distract enemies, which can be pretty nice, and it can give you a little bit, 1 gold per person that if you succeed your performance. Now level 3 or level 2 bard is huge because you get more health, you get level 1 spell slot, you get level 2 spell slot, you get also jack of all trades, which is massive thing. You're getting half of your proficiency bonuses, even though it is rounded down to ability checks that you're not proficient with. Huge. You also get Song of Rest, which gives you a free short rest. So if you have like a monk, like I had in this playthrough, that utilized elixirs, it just allowed me to get a heals and restore his ki without needing a long rest, so he can keep his elixir up, which is pretty beautiful. Now for spells, you can go with Speak with the Animals if you don't have anybody that has it, which can be pretty good. If you already have somebody, you can go with something like Long Strider, so the creature, not the creature, sorry, that your frontliners will have a little bit extra movement so they can close that distance, You can also go with Bane, but you already have that version. Go with Charm. Now for your level 4 or your level 3 bard, you get your specialization and another level 2 spell slot. Right? For level 2 spell slot, you can go with Cloud of Daggers. That can pretty much in a like alleyway or in a small area that the enemy has to go through, you can throw this in. Like the bridge in Goblin Camp, you can throw this, and if the goblins run through it, they'll take damage. Another huge one is Whole Person. If it's a humanoid, you pretty much shut them down. They cannot move, act, or react. And if you attack them with melee, they will take a critical hit, which can be beautiful to shut enemies down. You can also take Shatter or Heat Metal. I personally do either Cloud of Daggers or Whole Person. For Cloud of Daggers, because at least in the early time in the Act 1, there's not as many humanoids, so Cloud of Daggers does help. Now you have 3 colleges: Swords, Valor, or Lore. We are going with Lore because we get Cutting Words, which is your way to distract the creature and sap its confidence, which allows you to pretty much make the enemy miss or not pass its like a throw. Like if they get 18 and then only need a 16 to pretty much frighten somebody, you can use Cutting Words and pretty much make them not apply Frighten. Is to get more skill proficiency, get 3 extra skill proficiency that you can pick up. You already have +7 performance, you can go persuasion, intimidation, deception, you know, since it's all charisma. And you get an extra 2 skills expertise, which does give you that +7 in performance. And then you can even go with +7 to persuasion and +7 in performance, which can be beautiful if you are the party face of your party and you do a lot of talking. Now level 4 bard or level 5, you get extra feat, you get more health, level 3 spell slot, cantrips and spells. With cantrips, it is up to you. You can go with mage hand, which can be good, but by this time you are in Underdark, so light can be good. Another really good one is minor illusion, because you can do some funny things with it and get enemies to the ledge and just push them off. Now for your spell slot, whole person, it's beautiful, right? For your feat, you can go with ability score improvement, especially if you get anti-ethel hair with +1 charisma, so you'll be at 18, or +2 to ability improvement, you'll be at 20, which can be huge. Another good one is alert, so you have more initiative and cannot be surprised, which allow you to go first in battle, you know, which can be huge. You know, decent one is tough, but that's spell sniper. Could be if you do a lot of damage, but not as huge. So my more recommended one would be ability score improvement and alert. I'll go with alert because I want to be able to attack first and pretty much shut down enemies, which can help my team not take damage and be good. At level 5 we get Font of Inspiration, which means we regain all our body conspiration after either a long or short rest. So it's no longer just long rest, it is also a short rest. We'll get improved body conspiration. Instead of 1d6, it's now 1d8. And we'll get level 3 spell slot. Pick up Glyph of Warding. It is huge, because you can get Glyph of Warding lightning, cold, fire, thunder, sleep, or detonation. Sleep can pretty much make them sleep, and it is huge. You can shut down enemies, or even just do some funny things and do massive damage, or just blow up entire areas. Now level 6, we get level 4 spell slot. We also get counter charm, which means myself and allies within 9 meters have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened, which can help pretty massive, because there are some enemies that can charm you or frighten you. Now for your other spell, you can go with hypnotic pattern, which means they cannot move or attack, you know, and you can cast it while being silenced. That is really helpful. Now for your magical secrets, so once you reach level 6 bars, that's where you get it. You can go with Hex, but I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend any of the lower level spells. You can go with Scorching Ray, it's not too bad, but honestly I definitely recommend Fireball. It is just beautiful. And another good one is you can go with Lightning Bolt if you don't want Fireball, or you can go with both. Hunger of Hadar is pretty nice. It makes enemies blinded, and they take 2 to 12 cold damage on starting turn and 2 to 12 acid damage when they end the turn in the black sphere. You can also take Call of Lightning, you know, which means you throw it and for 10 turns you can reposition. It is really nice. Animate Dead, you can, but I don't recommend it. So I went with Fireball and Call Lightning. Those are pretty good. Now for level 7, you don't get much, you just get the basic stuff. Now for an extra spell slot, you can go with Greater Invisibility. You can also get Freedom Movement, which is what I recommend, because, well, it snaps you out of stun, and difficult terrain cannot slow you down, and you cannot be paralyzed or restrained. Which is pretty huge. Allows your front line to catch up and close the distance. A little bit easier. Now at level 8, we get a new spell slot, which even though it says that, but you don't really see it. Now you can go with Fear, which can be pretty helpful. You can go with Confusion. It is up to you, so just pick whatever you think is good. I'm going with Fear for now. Now for your other feat, if you picked Ability Score Improvement, go with Alert. But if you picked Alert like I did, go with Ability Score Improvement. So you can have 19 charisma normally with +1 from Auntie Ethel, which gives you 20 charisma. Now for level 9 Bard, that's where you unlock your level 5 spell. You can cast Mass Cure Wounds, which does 7 to 12 healing, which is pretty good. But I would definitely recommend Hold Monster, which does same thing as Hold Person, but for monster. Can be huge, because by this time you're in Act 3, where there's a lot of stuff that counts as monsters. Now at level 10 or level 11 overall, you get improved body conspiration again. So instead of 1d6 or 1d8, it is now 1d10, which is massive, and you get new cantrip and spells. So for this one, honestly, it does not matter. The spells, you don't get level 6 spell slot, unfortunately, but Planet Binding is alright, but you can also dominate person. It's also not bad. Now you get your other magical secrets. So for this one, you can pick up stuff like High Storm, Animate Dead, Lightning Ball, Hunger of Hadar. You can also pick up Blight, Vanishing Smite range, which kind of not really amazing. You can go Cold. You can also get Conjure Elemental, which is pretty nice since you get a free ally, well, kind of like a free ally that can do damage and can tank for you. So I'll definitely take that and Blight. Now you get more skill expertise, and for this one, it is all up to you. We can go with, as you can see, +12 in Deception and Intimidation. But if you don't want to go with that, you can go with any other ones, which is pretty good, getting +12. Now for your last level, we're not going with Bard, we're going back into Cleric. You can take your level 2 Bard at any point, because it does give you 30 healing, or not Bard, sorry, your second level into Cleric, because it gives you 30 healing, evoke a healing that restores energy. You can also get Turn Undead, get Channel Divinity, and a little bit more health. If you need to create a Destroy Water, which can be a really good synergy, you can pick that up. But that is it for this build, like leveling. But there's talk about the gear. So for starting gear, pretty much go with any medium chest piece or heavy armor just to be protected. For helmets, it is honestly a little bit up to you. For cloaks, Cloak of Protection, if I can find it, is really amazing just to get more AC. For weapons, I would definitely recommend going for Blood of Lathander, because it gives you, once per long rest, when your hit points are reduced to 0, you regain 2 to 12 hit points, and allies regain 1 to 6 hit points. So instead of fully going down, you get heals for yourself and for allies, and you get Sunbeam level 6 spell slot, which is massive. But once you get to Act 3, you want to look for the gear. If you have Blood of Lathander, massive. Definitely want Viconia's Walking Fortress, because you get advantage on saving throws against spells, and spell attack rolls against you have disadvantage. Well, we get advantage against saving throws, and the enemies have disadvantage on their spells attack rolls. We also get a Warding Bond and Reflective Shell, and it has +3 to armor class. For ranged, you can go with Gaunter Mail, because you can inflict Guiding Light, but it also has Celestial Haste. For Amulet, I definitely love Amulet of Restoration, because it gives Mass Healing Word and Healing Word itself, which can be really amazing. For rings, it is up to you. If you use cantrips a lot, Ring of Elemental Fusion is massive. For your other ring, you can go with almost anything. For your gloves, Quick Spell Gloves, cantrip that cost an action, cost a bonus action instead, and you can use it once. So if you run through all your spell slot, you can throw your cantrips twice per short rest. Sorry. For boots, shunt boots are good because it gives you Dimension Door, which allows you to teleport yourself and an ally to whatever you want. For chest piece, I went with Helldusk Armor because it gives me proficiency with it, even though I'm already are, but it gives us a part where we succeed a saving throw, the caster receives a burning for 3, and we have resistance to fire and cannot be burned, and we take 3 less damage from all sources, and we get fly. And it has 21 armor, making us have 24 armor, which is massive at the end of the game. For our cloak, Went with Vivacious Cloak, Butcher, I'm sorry. We regain 8 temporary hit points after casting a spell in melee range. Which can be pretty good. Now, 8 HP might not seem a lot, but it can just help us survive a little longer. And for the hat, we went with Birthright because it gives us +2 charisma, getting us to 22 charisma if we have Ontiatha hair. But right now we only have 21. But that is it for the build and the gear. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope to see you in the stream. Bye bye.